Welcome to the impressive theatre inside the Brechin City Hall, where multi-award winning florist Jillian Page of Something Special Flowers in Blairgowrie did a recent demonstration to the ladies of the Brechin Floral Art Club.
Hello, good evening ladies. As you see here, my name is Jillian. I'm from Blairgowrie. I've got a wee shop in Blairgowrie called Something Special Flowers. Some of you seen me demonstrate before, some of you, so lovely to see you again. Nice to be back, gosh. It's been about 2.5 years anyway since I last did a demo, so it's lovely to be back, and lovely to be back. It's such a big crowd as well. No heckling. If you heckle, you can hop up this stage and help me. But please do, if you've got any questions, anything that you want to ask, shout out, put your hand up, whatever. Ask away, because again, it's all about, as you've heard, it's about passing on skill sets and techniques and just that passion and love for what we're doing. So please, if there's anything that you want to ask, just ask as well. Makes me feel a little bit calmer too if the crowd's getting involved a little bit. So this is Mitsumata sticks, this one here. So similar to the Scottish pillows and things, but it's Mitsumata. It's a different, just slightly different form. So as you can see, there's some sort of chunky stems, all got their own sort of their own identity, I suppose. Pop them in first. So linear, straight up and down, nice and lengthy. We're keeping it. So we've got everything's going in the same direction. So I'm going to be looking at it from the front. This will be the back, so I'll just spin it periodically just to let you see. And then in between that, we'll pop in the remainder of the white willow. This is just contorted willow that we've got a willow tree in the garden, and every year I chop some bits off it and painted it white. Like transition of height in one or two of them, but essentially they're nice and tall and straight. Nice and straight up and down. I don't want to bring any too low because we're doing quite a bit of florals at the bottom there. I feel that if we bring it too low, then you're not going to see everything else that's there, especially when they start to open. Right, so that's the gradient. You see how we've kept them nice, tight and straight up the top there. It's that really dark, beautiful midnight colour. So I'll show you how just by adding those 4 pieces, draws your eye right down already. So you can kind of see where we're going with it, eh? Next thing, we'll pop in some allium again. It's a great flower to work with. I don't have a sense of smell, so I don't know what it smells like. It smells doesn't bother me anyway. So we'll pop these in. Great shape. Absolutely brilliant shape for this type of work. We've got that lovely long stem, nice and thin stem. The way that we would all like to be, I suppose. Tall and thin. And again, keeping these grouped. And we're starting to work down on our stepping stones and our tiers, drawing the eye right down to the bottom. So not only have we got transition coming down the way, we've got transition going across the arrangement as well. It's one of my favourite words, transition. So Stephen and I were made grandparents this year. See how Alyth's just following through these lines here. And for years I've been saying to my kids, make me a granny, make me a granny. Didn't want to be a granny until I'm 40, now I'm 52. So I was like, make me a granny. Just got a scan picture for Christmas. So we got a scan picture for our Christmas last year. And we now have little Daisy, which is a very apt name. So none of our three are at all interested in what we do. This, it stops at us, unless, of course, we introduce little Daisy into it, and hopefully she will take on our granny and granddad's passion for what we do. I'm adding in now a bit of the Leucadendron. This is Leucadendron spray, Leucospermum, which is just absolutely gorgeous. One of my favourite things. And this is a lovely spray. It's got nice tiny wee heads, but it's got a good length between each piece that you can take off individually. Again, great laster, lasts forever. It's got almost like a flamey colour to it. So, I'm still keeping everything now working towards it, coming towards the central area of the oasis. So there's still plenty of room for all the other bits that we're adding into it. This stage, I'm going to add in the calla lilies again. So you can see there's still quite a bit, I'm going to take too far forward, there's still quite a bit of foam in there for us to work with. So we know that all the other product that we're putting in will still have plenty of room to work with. So the calla lilies obviously are very temperamental in foam, but we're going to use the framework of that willow and Mitsumata to keep them upright. So it's obviously in foam, in quite far, but the actual sticks that are in there will help to keep them in position. We want, as you can see, we normally want to fall over any soft stain. Better to support them in here as best we can. I just love calla lilies. There's not many flowers that I didn't like, actually. When you find it. There's one at the end here. So using that Leucadendron then to give me the support that I need for that calla lily. So again, you can see how those lines are still coming down the way, but still we've got that transition going across the arrangement as well. Next thing is our lovely little roses. This little rose is the most pretty colour, and it's called quicksand. So it's like a nude. Again, nudes are the new thing. Nudes the new black. At the moment. All these beige, nudes, sand colours are the end thing. And quicksand is a lovely size. It's a lovely rose to work with. It's not a dominant rose, but it just tends to lend itself to all colour palettes because it's got that nudeness to it. Again, keeping it upright. Now, woody stems, always make sure that they're quite far into that foam. This is again where I was taught that you had to cut your stem and split it up, remove about an inch up the stem, just to let the water go straight up to the head, but I don't do that, I just go straight in. Nice firm cut, sharp cut with your knife, straight into the foam, but making sure that it's well into the foam, so the water will get right up to the head. Most of the head there. This colour starts to bring it to life now. It starts to, lift the dark shades. Taking it from the dark side into the light. Now let me turn it round after I've got these little roses in, and let you see the difference with adding this beautiful wee quicksand rose into it. See how it just lifts it a bit, yeah? It's also then our transitional colour from the dark shades into the lighter shades. Now, it's Christmas, we'll add a wee bit of glitter to it, of course. So, this is a firm which has been absolutely doused in glitter. It's that nice sort of rose gold colour, coppery rose gold shade, which again is perfect for these florals that we've got here. So they're all wired, of course, so something you've got to have is strong hands, isn't it, when you work in this industry? It's not all this, what we love to work in a flower shop. I'd love to work in a flower shop. No idea about the arthritis that you get in your hands, the cold weather that you're working in, the cold conditions. Our shop's usually about 4 degrees, so if we're lucky, no heating in the shop. Smelly buckets, everything that goes along with it. Right, now we've got those ones broken off. Going to add, I want to be able to see this, but I don't want it to be dominant through the whole arrangement. So again, just little parts of it, I think, is what we're aiming for. Any more questions, ladies? Again, you're not quiet. You've been planning quite a thing with you. Now it's got what I like your shop for 4 degrees, we're no coming. I started my work today and I had my thermal tights, I mean proper thick thermal tights on. Socks, big boots, a vest, my bra, my vest, a long sleeve top, a long underskirt, and then my skirt that I was wearing, my dress that I was wearing at the shop, 2 fleeces and a scarf. And I came here and I've had to go strip off in the bathroom because it's so hot. Yeah, people think that you're like 10 times the size you actually are. You're dressed with so many layers on. I do apologise for whoever this black cloth belongs to, but there's lots of glitter on it now. So adding this just lightens, again, makes it Christmassy without it being overbalanced with the Christmas. And I think Christmas colours they don't need to be, reds, golds, greens, that sort of thing. The new rose goldy shades are lovely. Balanced out well, we don't want too much of it. You can see, again, just a wee touch of that. I've got the bigger, heavier pieces at the back, just shining through ever so slightly, but just wee touches at the front there. Next then, we will add in some more orchids. This is a video orchid again. Now with these, I take them out of the tubes completely to put them into the foam, but you can leave them in the tube if you pierce the tube at the bottom. You can slice the tube at the bottom so you can put it straight in with the tube. So that's quite handy. We keep these because if you've got things like calla lilies or tulips, soft stems, putting that into the foam can cause a little problem. They won't want to go into the foam. So we put them in the tube first, but it's split at the bottom. So there's the tube that's supporting it. It's still, because it's open, it's getting the moisture, it's being hydrated. So orchids are going in next. Oh, it's pretty. This end here. Start to come to the front end of that foam now. Brings it all together, picks up on these wee white bits of white contorted willows that are in there as well. We've got two beautiful anthuriums. Again, it's that sort of rose goldy colour, I suppose. Just got two of them, so they're going to be quite sort of dramatic in the piece. Just add a bit of foliage in there. Take this. Just add a wee touch of skimmia in there. I just feel that we need something in behind this next anthurium, just to give it that little bit of protection that it needs. They look so pretty. Again, one or two wee bits of these wee strands of. I'm starting to make it up as I go along now. These wee bits of Angus grass. Again, but add another wee texture to it. A little bit of sedum. Love sedum. Absolutely love sedum. And get this in round the sides now. So again, because of the shape of this container, there is that oval side to it. So we want to fill that up also. But I don't want it to be anything that's going to take it out with the width of that container. So the sedum will do that for me. Oh, it's like a pin cushion. Over to the other side again. That's great colour palette too. It blends in perfectly with everything else that we've got there. And then we look to introduce that down here at the front of the arrangement. So we're drawing right into the middle of this arrangement now. Another wee bit of sedum first, before we go to our roses. So, want to use the big white rose again, this avalanche. Nice big impacted head, but we're keeping them short. They're bringing that recession into the arrangement. Because that foam is nice and naked at the front, we've got plenty of room to work with. We've got, I know that all of these flowers will be really happy and get plenty of hydration. Just taking those wee guard petals off again. Oh, it's really pretty! Actually, so pretty. I love my job. Those in there. Just want to add just one or two wee of the quicksand rose again. Again, because we've got it slightly higher, we need that transition coming down again. So see how again all these colours are flowing in together really well. So we need to get that quicksand back in here. Not very many. I really only want to use, I think, 4 of these. I'm not, although there's a lot of product in there, I'm not in the slightest bit concerned about anything being too tight, too compact and not getting enough hydration. There's plenty in there for it. Now what was I looking for? Oh yeah, this last wee orchid. Because that's 2 big full blocks of foam. There's loads of room in that for the volume of flowers that we've got here. There we are. Yeah, love it. But thank you anyway for inviting me along to my first demo since COVID. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've been enthused.
between you. I would like to be in your family, I think we'd get roped into everything. I wouldn't volunteer for the frog and the chicken. At least tonight you were nice and warm, you weren't going to
roast
that was something. Well, thank you very much. Beautiful arrangements, and thank you so much. Nice to hear all about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.